The 2017 Opel Astra Sports Tourer. It's true that the station wagon segment has experienced a decline in the wake of the booming popularity of crossovers. There aren't that many wagons on the streets these days. But there are some brands that have resisted in participating in this exodus. One of them is Opel, which will be launching the new Astra Sports Tourer at the 2015 Frankfurt Motor Show. Based on the 5th-generation 2016 Opel Astra hatchback that, oddly enough, will also make its debut at Frankfurt 2015, the Astra Sports Tourer is the latest evolution of the Astra's station wagon variant that sprung to life back in 1991, coinciding with the creation of the Astra hatchback. That kind of longevity may be surprising for a station wagon these days, but the Astra Sports Tourer is different, largely because Opel heavily relies on its enduring popularity and its reputation as one of the best wagons in the market today. Make no mistake, the Astra Sports Tourer is a hot ticket for Opel, accounting for about 30% of Astra sales throughout Europe. That figure includes all other variants, including the hatchback. If everything goes according to Opel's plan, the new Astra Sports Tourer will follow in the footsteps of its predecessors and remain one of the go-to models in the wagon segment. Based on what's been revealed about it, the German automaker has every reason to be confident. Continue reading for my review of the Opel Astra Sports Tourer. Exterior. The Opel Astra hatchback introduced the model's adoption of Opel's new, sculptural artistry meets German precision, design philosophy, and as expected, the Astra Sports Tourer has followed suit. The front profile of the Astra Sports Tourer is where you'll find most of the prominent design changes. The new Astra Sports Tourer shares the same dimensions, 185.11 by 73.66 by 59.01 inches, as the outgoing model, but the new model is actually 287 pounds lighter than its predecessor. The dramatic weight cut is attributed to the use of a lightweight body shell and modifications made to the front and rear axles. The front profile of the Astra Sports Tourer is where you'll find most of the prominent design changes. Just like the hatchback, the wagon version prominently features Opel's new grille design, particularly the double chrome bars that extend from one headlight to the other, interrupted only by the presence of the automaker's unmistakable Blitz logo. The LED headlights are also new, leaving behind the sleepy-eyed look of the outgoing model and replacing it with a more evocative and purposeful one. Just below the headlights are the fog lights that are wrapped around integrated fins in the lower grille. Move to the side and it's impossible to not notice the long and sharply creased shoulder line that starts just under the 8-pillar and moves through the door handles and to the taillights. The Astra Tourer's rear section also has its share of changes. One of the most important is the keyless tailgate, a new system that allows the tailgate to be opened or closed by simply doing a small kicking motion under the rear bumper. It's the first time the Astra Sports Tourer will use this kind of technology. Exterior dimensions. Interior. The interior of the Astra Sports Tourer also takes its cues from the Astra hatchback. The layout is the same, right down to the center console that now looks far more appealing than the outgoing version. Many of the controls that dominated that space before have been dropped in favor of a cleaner and more identifiable layout. There's also a larger digital display that now sits comfortably on the surface, a far better than the previous one that was seemingly hiding in a tunnel. The 3-spoke steering wheel also looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing now. Opel even added a brushed metal material on one of the spokes, giving it a more refined look. Space is also not an issue inside the Astra Sports Tourer, thanks to an extra 1.02 inches of headroom for the driver and 1.1 inches of legroom for passengers in the rear. The cabin can also accommodate 57.6 cubic feet of cargo space in a standard layout, although optional 40/20/40 its foldable rear seats can increase that volume. A flex organizer option that includes side rails, dividing nets, and fastening tools should be useful for stowing cargo. Drivetrain. The Opel Astra Sports Tourer benefits from the same batch of new Ecotec engines the Astra hatchback received. These include a 1.0-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that produces 95 horsepower, and a 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder unit that pumps out 200 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. While it won't be evident on any technical spec sheet, these new engines have been optimized by Opel engineers to provide a smooth ride over the engine speed range while also reducing noise levels. Opel has not mentioned whether the new Astra Sports Tourer will get a new transmission. The previous Astra Sports Tourer was fitted with either a 5-speed manual, 6-speed manual, or 6-speed automatic. Performance models have been kept under wraps, but with the new and improved engines, the new range-topping Astra Sports Tourer should eclipse the outgoing model's 0 to 60 mph time of 8.8 seconds and top speed of 137 miles per hour. Prices. Pricing details have yet to be revealed, although the numbers should be similar to the prices of the outgoing 2011 Opel Astra Sports Tourer. The base S trim cost €20,695, which is about $23,400 based on current exchange rates. From there, the price went up to as high as €25,295, $28,550 for the range-topping Elite trim. These numbers don't come with any extras, so if you're looking to add any of the multitude of options Opel has available for the new Astra Sports Tourer, expect the resulting price tag to be north of $30,000. Safety. Safety features can be found all over the Astra Sports Tourer. Arguably the most prominent of these features is the IntelliLux LED matrix lights. These automatically shift beam length and light distribution by cutting off individual LED lights. The IntelliLux system ensures that oncoming cars aren't directly bothered by the glare of these lights, while still keeping the road ahead illuminated for the driver. This new lighting system works hand in hand with the less conspicuous but no less important Opel Eye front camera. The camera is mounted in the socket of the interior mirror and it acts as the brain of the car's safety features, overseeing the car and its surroundings and determining when a specific action needs to be taken. In addition to the IntelliLux LED matrix lighting system, the Opel Eye also works with the Astra Sports Tourer's traffic sign assist, lane departure warning, and forward collision alert safety systems. Competition. 2015 Volkswagen Golf Sportwagen. The Volkswagen Golf Sportwagen is considered one of the few viable competitors to the Opel Astra Sports Tourer. Just like the Opel wagon, the Golf Sportwagen leans heavily on its hatchback counterpart, blending the sporty qualities of the 2015 Volkswagen Golf, the performance credentials of the Golf's R division, and the utility of a wagon. That kind of combination is rare in this market, but the Golf Sportwagen checks all three boxes. Sure, it's a little over 6 inches shorter than the Astra Sports Tourer, but it still has enough interior space to comfortably fit an entire family and still have adequate cargo space. The Golf Sportwagen has two available engines, a 1.8-liter turbocharged gas engine that produces 170 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, and a 2.0-liter common rail diesel that pumps out 150 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque. Pricing is right around the same for both models, at around $22,000 for the entry-level trims and close to $30,000 for the range-topping versions. You can read our full review here. Conclusion. By virtue of being a station wagon, the Opel Astra Sports Tourer is unlikely to get the same amount of shine as some of the crossovers hitting the market these days. That's a shame because the Astra wagon is actually pretty interesting. The new exterior design gives it a fresh and modern look. It also has a cozy and spacious cabin, decent engine options, and most importantly, a lot of high-end technology that you don't normally see in this market. That tells me that Opel really worked hard on developing a serious station wagon that can give crossovers a run for their money. Love its safety tech systems are top-class. Next-gen look is more appealing variety of engine options. Leave it market is dwindling, why not get a crossover instead?
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.